Kim and his younger associate Chul are waiting in the car for the right moment to infiltrate a building, to assassinate their target. Chul disguises himself as a delivery man, and successfully gets past the security guards. Chul takes the elevator, a cardboard box in his hands. He eventually reaches the designated floor, attracting the attention of the target and his companions. Chul remains calm as he is being interrogated. Then he fires his gun from inside the cardboard box, easily killing the two gangsters. The guards try to close the door to protect the target, but Chul manages to shoot one of the guards, while keeping the door open. Chul immediately shoots the other guard and runs inside. The guard tries to shoot Chul but misses, shooting the lights instead. The corridor is now dark, the lights flickering. Chul appears before the last bastard, shooting him in the heart. The target is helplessly trying to get a phone call, but Chul ends it before he can do anything. The task has been completed. As Chul heads towards the stairs, Kim suddenly appears and twists his neck, causing him to fall down the stairs. Kim apologizes to Chul. As he holds his head, Chul asks Kim for one last favor. After this, Kim fled the scene, because police began arriving. He returns to his company to give his report regarding his mission. The next morning, he stops by his superior's house to talk about Chul's last favor to him. His superior is surprised to hear this, as Kim is usually straightforward in his missions, following any orders given to him. Maybe he's had a change of heart. Later, Kim visits Chul's family at their home, explaining to Chul's sister and mother, Jisoo. Chul is working well at his company, and is on a business trip abroad and hands Jisoo a bag full of cash, without mentioning the true nature of his job. They bring Kim inside to have tea together and talk more. It was revealed that Jisoo used to be a singer, when she was younger. As her daughter plays one of her songs in the house, Kim has a flashback. Kim had heard this song before, and it turned out that he used to listen to her songs all the time, when he was in school and working his part-time job. He even takes a cassette tape of it and brings it back home to listen to. The next day, the chairman called Kim into the company for an urgent briefing. He has been instructed to keep an eye on his former boss, Director Jin. His son gets into an accident that takes his life, leaving Jin filled with grief. Kim accepts the mission to follow Jin, but gets distracted by Jisoo's posters in the alley, distracting him from his work. Due to this, he is eventually captured by Jin. He tells her to inform the company that he wants to quit, with a blow to the back of Kim's neck. Kim returns to the company to get treated for his wound and report on his mission. He can only apologize to his boss for his failure at work. After the report, Kim gets a call from Chul, whom he actually saved and hid in a restaurant. He goes to meet the injured young man. He explains to Chul that he was just a temporary person. The boss wanted to get rid of her, even though Kim wanted her to get a more permanent position. He has a change of heart and decides to leave Chul, in defiance of the company. After another task, Kim is separated from his assistants, and tells them to go back earlier. Later, he reunites with Chul to meet Chul's family, have lunch together, and apologizes for the accident he had with Chul, as he is still wearing a neck brace. At night, Jisoo thanks Kim for taking good care of Chul. She also reveals that it has been a long time since their family has spent quality time together, especially Chul and his sister. However, things quickly change due to a text message to Kim. He is instructed to eliminate Director Jin. He calls his boss to ask who gave the approval, but is instead scolded in order to finish the job. Later, Kim goes to meet Jin at an internet cafe. Jin looks sad, an empty husk of his former self. A fight soon begins between the two, with Kim successfully avoiding Jin's punches, while also countering and landing blow after blow on Jin's body and face. Jin continues to retaliate, but Kim is too much for him to handle. He throws him into the corner of the room, and points the gun at Jin's head. Kim tells Jin that he could have run away from it, but Jin has already accepted his fate, telling him that there is nothing in his life anymore since his son's death. Eventually Kim shoots him and kills him. The next morning, the company has an outing together, in celebration of Kim's promotion, becoming a director after Jin has been eliminated. Later, Kim goes on a date with Jisoo to a lakeside cafe, run by Jisoo's mother. Kim eventually admits that he has been listening to Jisoo's songs since childhood, much to Jisoo's dismay. They return to Jisoo's house at night, but the police are there, searching for Chul while trying to solve the case. One of the police recognized Kim from the scene, and asked for his identification. Jisoo, annoyed by her questions, hands over Kim's business card to silence her, but this also raises suspicions about her company. Meanwhile, Jin is seen visiting his son's columbarium, letting the company know that Kim has once again lost his job, saving Jin's life. The next day, Kim is called to the company once again, with Jin surrounded by his colleagues. Kim is then told to finish the task, but once again he fails to do so. He strangles Jin with a rope, but releases him before he dies. His co-workers eventually complete his work. Later, the police go to meet the company and Kim, but discover that it is just an ordinary company. After all, there are deep secrets hidden behind it. Kim begins to lose motivation towards her work, even abandoning her assistants in the middle of the job, leaving the scene and ignoring instructions. Kim realizes that he won't be able to accomplish anything worthwhile, and Jisoo would also be angry if she found out the truth. He decides to go on a date with Jisoo, have dinner together, and confess his feelings. In return, Jisoo gives her a handmade bag. Also, Kim wants to give him money to buy her mother's cafe, which he happily accepts. They both enjoy time together, and Kim even begins to consider resigning from her job. However, the company starts thinking about eliminating Kim. They also know about his relationship with Jisoo's family. The next day, Kim and her assistant drive to a meeting. On the way, his assistant begins to behave suspiciously, driving quite slowly on the highway, and choosing an unconventional route. He realizes what their intentions are to eliminate him as per the company's orders. A fight breaks out between him and his assistants. Kim dodges his bullets and immediately puts one of the assistants to work. The car stops, and a fight continues with the other assistant, with Kim skillfully deflecting his gunshots away from him. She changes her weapon to a knife, but Kim continues to avoid her attacks and takes the fight out of the car. He asks her to stop, but she refuses. Kim uses his tie to strangle her neck, but she retaliates, causing a cut on her leg. But his physical strength is very high. As Kim throws him in the middle of the road, a car crushes him and kills him. Soon after, he called Chol and told him that the company knew about his family. He takes them to the streets. Shortly after, Kim arrives to pick them up and take them to her superior's house. Jisoo demands explanations, and Kim eventually tells her the whole secret. The next day, Kim secretly goes back to his residence to get his cash to escape the city. He manages to escape from all the guards, who are keeping an eye on him, and brings his bag full of cash to Superior's house. But once he returns, Superior betrays him, and takes Jisoo's family hostage. Surrounded by guards, the Superior wants to return to the company, and this is his return ticket. Kim pleads with him to let Jisoo's family go, but he refuses, Superior hitting him with the gun's grip. He lies down on the floor to regain his balance, before taking out his knife to cut off the guard's leg. He gets to his feet, and steals the guard's gun, and throws his knife at another guard's head. Kim succeeds in firing at the guards, but Senior begins to retaliate. Kim uses a guard's body as a shield from Senior's gun, and finally succeeds in eliminating Senior. Dust settles. He turns to see Jisoo's children safe, but Jisoo is caught in the crossfire, and is shot in the stomach, due to which he dies here. The next day, Kim prepares himself by wearing a bulletproof vest on his body, and goes back to the company. They are already ready. However, every member has been given a gun to eliminate Kim. He enters the company, and asks the receptionist where the chairman is. She tries to shoot him, but he pulls the trigger quickly, leaving a hole in her chest. Later, he enters the office and everyone in the room stares at him. They also take out their guns, and a shootout begins between Kim alone and all his associates. Somehow, Kim wins the fight and eliminates everyone in the room. Although it was not clear, Kim was hit by a few bullets here and there. Later, he calls the police to come to the company. Kim passes through a secret door to meet his superiors. A woman takes out a gun and tries to shoot at him, but he quickly pulls the trigger, shooting her in the head in an instant. Another man ambushed him, and stabbed Kim in the back. However, he manages to remain calm by avoiding his knives and attacks. Kim makes a calendar and uses it as a weapon, striking the man hard. The man manages to stab Kim in the chest, but remains safe because of the vest. Kim throws him away from her, and uses the gun to finish him off. He continues his rampage, approaching the chairman, and takes care of his guard quickly. Just as the chairman is about to shoot Kim, a bullet passes through his head. It was Chol, who shot Kim from behind. As the police arrived at the scene, Kim told Chol to change clothes, and go down the stairs. But suddenly, a man comes from behind and shoots Chol in the leg, and also shoots Kim in the chest. This was his boss. As Kim tries to get up, the boss shoots her once again. Kim clings to the boss's body and starts punching his head. However, Kim manages to turn things around by stealing the boss's string, and wrapping the string around his neck. But with Kim's energy draining, the boss manages to elude her. The boss rushes towards Kim to finish him off, but he manages to catch the boss, and throw him out the window, causing him to fall to the ground from above. Finally, the police arrive at the scene, and Kim wraps herself up, with blood all over her body. His deception succeeds, allowing Chol to flee the scene, without being caught by the police. Kim remembers when he was on the train to go to the company to apply for a job. He was nervous about his application form, and decided to take a better photo of himself. He went to a nearby photo booth, and took a better photo for his document. And the film ends here.